Hello boxing fans, this one is not a usual prediction, this is just my thoughts on this matchup, and this is Vitali Klitschko versus David Haye, if this is to sign. And obviously if you look at the title says something along the lines of Vitali Klitschko versus David Haye, excellent matchmaking or desperation and jealousy. Okay, so I personally am calling this the most stupid matchmaking I have seen in the heavyweight division since Wladimir Klitschko versus Jean-Marc Mormec. And I'll tell you why. Number one, David Haye has already lost to his brother, and he has nothing to gain or nothing to lose via fighting Vitali Klitschko. In fact, he does have a lot to gain, you might say. He has a world title he could get, he gets another shot at the big time, but does he deserve it? No. Why does he deserve it? Why should he get this shot when he's already retired? I don't understand it. Another thing is Vitali Klitschko has some kind of vendetta against David Haye that he cannot just let go of. He needs him in the ring. It's personal. He needs him because David Haye doesn't need him. There's no point in it. Who's been doing all these? Who's been doing all the talks, all the negotiations? David Haye's retired. Don't forget. Don't be saying, you can't turn around this time and say David Haye's has been saying he needs the payday. He's happy to take a payday. I've got a feeling he is. If someone throws £5 million at him, he's going to take it. You see what I mean? But he's not the one who's chasing the retired man here. We got Vitali Klitschko chasing the retired man, and I don't understand why when he could take on some of the other people in the division, like for example Alexander Ditremenko. Why not fight him? Fight your mandatory, which is Chris Arreola again. Knock him out. That'll be all right. I personally believe that Vitali Klitschko is looking for this career-defining victory, and he's picked David Haye to be that man just because he's got a name. He's a former world champion, etc., etc. The point is, Vitali Klitschko, we already know he has a career-defining fight. Unfortunately, he lost that fight to Lennox Lewis. He got stopped. And I know everyone's going to say, oh, but he was winning the fight. Yeah, well, a lot of people have been winning fights and then got stopped. And then afterwards, Lennox Lewis decided he's going to leave the game on top of his thing because he knows his time's up. It's what happened. That's called being a good champion. Instead of sitting around getting your head kicked in by people like Evander Holyfield. Okay, so this is the last point I'm going to make now, and this is to anyone who suggests this is a good fight and they would like to see it. And this is to the people who are like, I just want to see David Haye get his head kicked in, man. What's the point? There is seriously no point. All David Haye is going to do, he's going to turn up to Germany because that's where the fight is. He has no advantages per se. His speed and agility is counteracted by the range that Vitali has. Vitali has the power. There's pretty much nothing that Haye's going to do. Is Haye going to stand in front of him and trade with him? No. He's going to do that raiding tactic that he did against Valuev, and then he did against Wladimir Klitschko. What he does against all the bigger people. He's just going to turn up, run around the ring for like 12 rounds, try and land a few pot shots, and if he can't, that's fine. He's going to go home with another loss in his career and say, well, what did you expect? I've been retired for the last so many months. I was only here for the money. And what's Vitali got out of it? Let's say he takes it to unanimous decision, okay? He takes it to unanimous decision and he wins the unanimous decision. Right, let's say it's a bit closer, not by much, a bit closer than Wladimir. What's he got out of it? It shows that Wladimir's better. What's he got out of it if he stops David Haye? Well, not much, but it just says he stopped him. It doesn't really make much of an impact to me personally. Considering I know he's going to lose anyway, what would be the point? Or, worst comes to worst, what happens if Vitali Klitschko loses? Let's say he pulls a muscle in his leg, right? Before the referee can say, stop boxing, you're alright. Shall we take the scorecards? David Haye lands a big pot shot, right? Big pot shot, puts him down, and because he's got this injured leg, he can't get back up. What happens? Does that remind you of anyone? Orlando Solis. What do you think about that? So, let's say he loses that fight by pure freak accident, right? He loses that. What's he got then? He's got another loss on his career to a guy who, basically, in this term anyway, who shouldn't be able to beat him, and his record will be dragged through the mud again. You see what I'm saying? There is no point in this fight, but you tell me what you think about this fight now, because I don't think there's any point in it. I don't want to watch it. I mean, no, I don't even want to watch it. If I had to pay for it, I would definitely not watch it. Definitely not. Oh yeah, almost forgot one more point. If your comment is going to be, I think they should make this fight happen because I would like to see David Haye get his head kicked in by Vitali Klitschko. I've just got to say, what is wrong with you? I mean, I noticed this before the Vladimir Klitschko fight, and everyone wanted to see David Haye get his head kicked in. I was thinking, how does he impact your life severely enough so that you want to see him get his head kicked in? I mean, I understand that he didn't do exactly what he was going to say when he joined the heavyweight division. He didn't make the Klitschko fight as quickly as he said he would. But come on, what is wrong with you if it impacts your life so much that you want to see him get his head kicked in? Has he banged your bed or something? You know what I'm saying? Why does it impact your life that he's got to get his head kicked in? I couldn't care less, personally.